so nervous. And I remember one of the first scenes we did, Buffy had to kick down the door. And I remember saying, well, I could probably do this. And everyone was like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I got this. Yeah, I didn't have that, but I tried. Hi, I'm Sarah Michelle Gellar, here with The Hollywood Reporter, talking about my Hollywood firsts. The first movie that I loved growing up that I really remember watching over and over again is The Sound of Music, which is pretty amazing that I had the attention span, because that is a very long movie, which probably a lot of it went over my head. Then went into my love of Grease 2, also really right over my head. The first audition I had, I probably don't remember because I was really young, but the one memory that always sticks out is one of the first movies that I did was called An Invasion of Privacy with Valerie Harper and Richard Masur, Jerry Orbach, Carol Kane, all these amazing people. I remember they gave us the wrong address for the callback, and we had to walk like 5 blocks in the snow in New York City. And I remember my mom bundling me up in her coat, and we had to walk in the snow to get to this audition. And by the time I got there, the person I was reading with had left. And precocious 4-year-old me said, it's okay, I know both lines. And I proceeded to do the scene from both sides. And needless to say, I did get that job. I don't think I actually remember the first time I was on set in particular because I was such a young child actor. But I always remember loving it and coming to life and really feeling at home on set. And I don't think that feeling really ever went away. The first role that people started recognizing me, well, I was in a Burger King commercial when I was very young, and it was the first time that anyone had said a competitor's name in their commercial. And the other brand wound up suing the company, the ad agency, and myself. And so I, like bits and pieces of people sort of noticing that and knowing that. And then after that, it was a teen show that I did called Swan's Crossing. And people to this day still bring it up. The show that I watch over and over in reruns, still friends. It never gets old. I love a good Law & Order SVU marathon. The first person I met that left me starstruck, well, it was a double, was I went to a concert when I was very young, and I met Susanna Hoffs, who was the lead singer of the Bangles, and it was such a big deal until her friend came, and she was introducing him to her friend Tom that was backstage, and it was Tom Cruise. And I was probably 6 or 7. My first big red carpet that I really remember was the Emmys, the daytime Emmys, when I was on All My Children. And I'd only been on a very short period of time, but I went with the whole cast because the show was nominated. And I remember it being very, very surreal. And I remember feeling very overwhelmed. And that feeling also to this day still hasn't gone away. One of the first memories from on the set of Buffy, there were so many. I remember the drive, because I had just moved to LA and I wasn't used to driving, and I remember driving myself to Torrance and just being probably an hour early at probably 5 in the morning because I was so nervous. And I remember one of the first scenes we did, Buffy had to kick down the door and there was a stunt double. I don't even remember the whole thing, but I remember saying, well, I could probably do this, and everyone was like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I got this. Yeah, I didn't have that, but I tried. The first role that I took that I think really surprised people was Kathryn in Cruel Intentions. I don't know if I didn't expect it, but I think the world didn't expect Cruel Intentions. I was so adamant about being part of that movie. I loved that script. I wanted to be a part of it. And at the time, everyone kept saying, are you sure you don't want to be Annette? You play the nice girl. Like, why do you want to go after this role of the bad girl? You just got off a soap opera playing that, and now Buffy's this heroine. But I knew that was something that I wanted to be a part of. The last time that I watched myself was probably Wolfpack. I have a hard time because I pick it apart. I like to sometimes wait till just the very, very end to see something. That's been harder on this project as an executive producer because I'm responsible for so much more and I need to watch dailies and watch cuts and all of that. The last role that I got lost in is really the same answer as the first role. I love what I do. I feel very, very lucky to do it. And every time I get on set and I get to make that magic, it's the first time, but I'm always in awe and lost in whatever that I'm doing. Thank you for watching my Hollywood firsts and a few of my lasts.